Hi, this is your coach Panagiota, and today I would like to discuss with you about a matter that happens to many of us, all of us from time to time. So, what happens when we wake up in the morning and we have a very bad mood? We don't know how to react, and we don't know, we're pretty sure that today is going to be a bad day, and we are pretty sure that this is not a nice moment, and we are not going to be able to perform the way we expect from ourselves to do. So, how can we manage this day, especially when there are so many things to do? We have already set our list from the night before, and we have a lot of things to do. There are so many people, meetings, situations, discussions, sessions, or whatever. How are you managing with that? Well, my first suggestion, advice is go slow. It's not a good morning. That's what we know already for a fact. Your body tells you that there's something wrong, and we don't know exactly what that wrong means. It may mean that something happened in our psychological department or our body department. Maybe there is a flu, maybe we are overtired and we didn't have time to really have a substantial rest in the night, or maybe there are some things that they preoccupy us, and this actually makes our energy drop a lot, which makes us feel a bad mood, especially if we know that there are so many things to do ahead of us. This happens quite a lot, especially for women that they work a lot, they're super busy, and of course they're mothers and they have a lot of kids. And they know that they have not only their work, but they also have the mothering part, and it's super difficult because they need to be available for their kids because kids are not going to wait. So what can we do? Take it as slow as possible. Start eliminating unnecessary or the less necessary errands or work tasks to do in the day that we have, and just choose the very few that we have to really do. So we just drop our expectations of the day. We decide that performance is not going to be the top of our year. That's okay. It's one of those days, and it's important to provide for us some beacons of self-care to show that we really care. It's important for our subconscious to understand that we're there for ourselves. We understand that there's something wrong, and we will do whatever we can, whatever it's in our hand and possible, to make things better and soothe ourselves in order to pass this day and find probably the solution for this situation. There are two possible scenarios here. One of them is that we are going to have an internal discussion with ourselves, and if we have already a well raised awareness, we're going to understand what's wrong. Probably the solution is going to come. In this situation, probably it's a psychological factor that created this bad mood. So, into our internal discussion, that we can do it either by meditation or after discussing with ourselves and remembering what happened the previous day, what is this day, if there is something that we expect that's going to be difficult today, what is the thing that bugs us. And we can also use emotional education to do that. There are specific techniques to do that. Once we understand that, it's very possible that we start little by little changing our mood, because we know what's the problem and we give solutions. The solutions may be resolutions that we make, decisions that we take, or that we start being more kind to ourselves and we provide kindness and self-soothing acts, like drinking an iced tea, going slow, as we said before, or listening to the music that we like and we know that it relaxes us, calling someone on the phone that's a friend, a friendly voice that we know that once we discuss with this person, we're able to see things in a more positive way. We do things that makes us feel better. This is the one scenario. The other scenario is that we don't do the discussion with ourselves, and we are not able to understand what bugs us. Unfortunately, this happens to most of the people who avoid inner discussion, or they are not trained to do so. And we just go with the flow, and the flow is bad and the mood is bad. But even in this situation, we can be kind to ourselves. We don't know the answer to our problem. We don't know why we have this uh, situation, this mood, or this attitude. We know that there is something bugging us, but we don't know what that is, whether it is emotional or physical. But at least the minimum thing we can do is to be kind to ourselves. And we take those two scenarios, we unite them, and then we go with the day. So little by little, we do kind actions. We try to get dressed with our comfy clothes, or if we want to be beautiful or handsome, we do whatever we want to feel differently, and we take care of our outlook, and we provide to ourselves a nice breakfast, a nice beverage, and music, and we try to do things that we know that generally are good for our health, mind and body, but also they're soothing and comfortable for us. So we use these practical techniques unless we know and we have a raised awareness, so we are able to think with our raised awareness where is the problem and how we can change it. So if we cannot do that, we just do the simple practical techniques. And then we decide which is the first and only one task for the day that is super important and we need to take care of. We do that and we start working with that because we know we don't have a lot of energy, so our performance is not going to be super. Chances are we will be able to finish this task, and maybe we'll have time for one more, but we just take one task at a time without any expectations. Even for this one task, we just decide that we will see to it, but we will not expect ourselves, with an austerity of course, to finish it. We will do our best, but today is a day of self-care mostly, and we'll do anything else just as a secondary act to our behavior, to our activities. So take one step at a time, be kind to yourself and show self-care. And if you can avoid working and taking some time off, some hours off, or if you have a therapist, a healer, or if you like sports, go to your healer, your therapist, go to your sports, read something that you really like reading, or listening to a podcast that it's really nice and brings you to a good mood, or listen to the music that you like and you know that always this music makes you feel better, and eat some healthy but comfortable food as well. Do the things that they're so nice for you to soothe you, and this day will pass. Of course, it's quite important that you ask the help of someone to find out why today your mood was not good, because chances are, if there is a psychological situation, if there is a mental situation, next day probably, or not the next exactly day, but someday soon, you're going to experience exactly the same way. And you don't want that. You want to find out what is the thing that's bugging you, and you want to change that once and for all. So be kind to yourself, stop exaggerating with unrealistic expectations. Know that this is a day that your inner child needs pampering and self-care. And if you have a mentor, if you have a coach, if you have a therapist, a healer, ask for their help. If you have the greatest friend that you know that always supports you, ask for their help as well. Do things that help you, they support you, and they make you feel comfortable. Just don't try to do all the things on your list today, because you're not going to do it and you're going to feel super sad or angry towards yourself, and you don't want that. you want to show gratitude to yourself, do some gratitude exercises for yourself. Show gratitude for things that happen into your life. Do a lot of things like that, self-care. And in the end, you're going to see that this also will pass. It's important for you to be okay, to be healthy, to be sound, to start little by little feeling better. And probably by the sunset, you will see that the day was not so bad after all. Chances are that if you have taken care of yourself and did some of those things, your mood is getting better. But also don't forget, find out what's the thing that bugs you. It's quite important, because if you don't take care of it, it will probably remain there, stay there, and always come and knock on your door, especially on moments you don't expect it to do so. So this is something for you to take care of yourself, and let me know if you ever did something like that, or if you have other suggestions, please write them down on your comments below. And also don't forget that you have your free coaching session with me. You can claim it below in the link, and I would invite you to like this video and subscribe to my channel. So until next time, enjoy your day and have an excellent mood. Bye.